Hello my friends and welcome to episode 15 of our Football Manager Let's Play. Slight change to schedule today because the Celtic game got rearranged due to us qualifying for the Betfred Cup was it the semi-final or the final? Either way, Celtic game got rearranged. I think I might have mentioned that in the last episode, but you're just doing Aberdeen today. Not Aberdeen, Real Madrid. I'm looking at this schedule all wrong. I'm having a nightmare, guys. Please bear with me. Since the last episode, when we did play Real Madrid, who we play today, we played Dunfermline Athletic. I played a very rotated side. Some youngsters in there, Stephen Kelly getting a bit of game time, Dapo Mabudi starting, Marin was in there as well, Tyler Browning, very rotated side. Ross McCrory scored the only goal of the game, and we won 1-0. It was a bit of a battering, but we didn't do much other than that. We then played Aberdeen and the Demons went. I forgot to take Mabry out of the first team, and what a decision that was. He scored a brace, followed by a brace from Manor Solomon. Niall McGinn getting in a consolation goal for Aberdeen for a comfortable 4-1 victory in the Ladbrokes Premiership. They have a youngster who I'm really keen to get. I'm going to show you him. He's 16 years old, already in their first team. Needs a bit of work on his mentals. But look at this guy, he's already got 14 games in the SPFL. Plus another 2 last season. And that's including Europa League. So, it's pretty really good option. 5-star potential. I want this kid. I really want him. Could be successfully retrained as a right midfielder. I'm not interested in that though. But I'd be really keen to get him. It looks unlikely that I'll be able to though. When I sort of went to negotiate with them, they wanted £11 million. Which is fairly interesting. We do have some ins though. We've got Craig Moffat coming in January. We'll go through all this properly later on, but he's just a 4-star potential youngster. James Innes as well, 4-star. And Robert Cameron, I think he's free. No, he's 4-star. Again, the reason why I've gone for those free players is one of the things that we're going to struggle with is homegrown contingent. And some of the guys that had a lot of hopes on developing and breaking into the first team and being at homegrown contingent in a few years' time aren't developing maybe the way I was hoping they would. So I'm kind of having to find a plan B and bring in a second set. Our initial batch of youth intake was awful. And that brings me on to my next bit. So we're going to go for transfer history here. And we've made some staff changes. All at youth level, Alan McCoy, Barry Ferguson and Mike Dove all being sacked. And the reason for that was we brought in David Torres as under-18s manager. His stats are awful, but he plays the same as us, which means when I'm telling him to train the under-18s, he should be now training on our tactic style. Luis Segarro comes in as reserves manager. Again, same sort of thing. Has the same playing style as my style, so I wanted to do that and brought in Peter Crouch as head of youth development. Again, exact same sort of thing. There's slight changes to each one of them. I had to really, sacrifice one bit of tactics to get them in. Again, Peter Crouch sort of a good example of that, but I wanted to make sure that the youth team were coming in, training the way I wanted them to, and coming into the youth team and then into the first team, training all the same kind of way. It was just sort of a gamble to try and get them, working in the way that I wanted to. So hopefully that will see benefits going forward. Bit of a gamble, giving up Club Legends, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to build the youth setup around Club Legends, but I think it was the right decision in the end. Anyway guys, we're going to go and play this Real Madrid game. We're going to get into it, and I'll see you pitch side. We are pitch side, and the team we've gone with Robbie McCrory in goal. I dropped Bogdan for the cup game, and I've just felt McCrory just performed. Gave him the chance in the Aberdeen game. I felt performed again. So, why not? Bogdan, I felt, hasn't performed to the standard. McCrory has. He's not a complete goalkeeper, but he needs the game time to get there. Why not let's just throw him in the deep end? It's kind of what I'm thinking. We've got Juranovic at right back. We've got Connor Golson back from injury. His first game back from injury. Failed a fitness test, but went, you know what, I don't care. In he goes. We've got Carter Vickers on the bench if need be for him. We've got Katic alongside with Barisic. Ross McCrory in midfield with Arfield Jadis, Marin, Solomon and Dapo Mabudi again because of his performance in the Aberdeen game, just getting thrown in the deep end. We have set to positive mentality, which I felt has worked, so excuse me, Hopefully that will give us that little bit extra, because they played very, very defensive the last time out. Their assistant manager taking over the team because they've not appointed a manager. I assume that's not because I've got the Spanish League loaded. So hopefully next year when the Spanish League loads into the game, that will be fixed and they will appoint a manager, because that would be a bit more realistic. So because of that, I decided, you know what, we're going to gamble on that positive mentality, which worked for us across there. You know, that brought us back into the game. Barisic into Jadis. Arfield. Played it out to Jovanovic. Can see already we've got more bodies forward and we're penning them in. As Jadis comes in, Courtois with a big save. I kind of feel like if there was a little channel in my booty could have moved into there, and it would have either taken the defender to allow Jadis to come in and get a better angle, or it would have allowed Jadis to the pass. Poor corner there, to be honest. I don't know why it showed us that, because that was pretty horrific. I mean, when you look at their team, it's not a bad counter-attacking team either. You know, they've got a lot of pace on the break, so it does work for them, which might be a bit nerve-wracking for us. But if we can have more of the ball and have more people there, we maybe have more options. You know, a lot of our attacks last time were, or a lot of their attacks were us making a mistake in the final third, maybe not having the option, a poor pass, stuff like that. So I'm hoping that this works. Katic goes in. McCrory in the back of the net. Young Ross McCrory getting a goal against Real Madrid to put us 1-0 in front at Ibrox. Smashing stuff. Making sure I've got record on, because that would be embarrassing. Great ball in from Barisic. Katic peels off his man. He's very, very good in the air anyway. Golson flicks a one. The goalkeeper's now beat, and McCrory gets in between two defenders to tap home. Great work there from our future captain. Actually, I need to see if I can send him on another leadership course now, because that would be smashing if we could, because he's really developing into a great future captain. So you're capable of even better, I'm going to go with. We've dominated that first half. And I kind of just want to see how Real Madrid respond to that now. See how their defensive line sits and whatnot. Solomon, oh, it's a poor pass for Mabudi. It was a very simple pass as well. Mabudi in all sorts of space. They've got Delit on the bench. That's the quality of their defensive line. Jadis, oh, it's just wide of the post from that free kick. If they start coming back into the game, I can always drop our mentality a little bit. But right now, I'm fairly content with how this game's going. We're going to make a change though. Who am I going to bring off? I think we're going to bring off Marin for Jordan Jones. I think just having that little extra pace on the break as they come on towards us now might be a good idea. Nacho, Frozen, Varane. Keeps it away from Mabudi. Passes it back to Courtois. Sergio Ramos. Good closing down from Jordan Jones. They do get it out though. Bailey breaking on that left hand side. Oh, he's done his man. But then plays it back to Cruz, which probably saves us a little bit. Casemiro into Asensio. Played across. Barisic heads away. Oh, I think that was Solomon's just pulled away there, and he should have been the favourite to get that ball. Casemiro. Cruz. Vasquez. Oh, he's got an actual overlap. Decent ball in, and Mariano has equalised with them undeservedly, but they've got that quality about them, don't they? I'm going to bring on Lawrence Shankland. I don't feel anybody's really influenced this game enough, and maybe just bringing on that, you know, different type of striker will help us out a little bit. Good ball in the end, but again, it's just them passing it around us there. They have came back more into the game, so maybe I should have responded earlier on. Do you know what I'll do? I'll go off another get creative, see if we can actually work this one out. Jovanovic is having a nightmare at right back. Do we have any options there at all? Not really, but we're going to bring him off. And we'll make this work. We're going to go with inverted wing back. Confirm changes. Barisic. Jadis. Scott Arfield. Oh, it's a great touch. It's a deflection. Lawrence Shankland. There's no way that's his first goal of the season. I know for a fact he scored this season. I know he scored a hat-trick. That's a really bizarre first goal of the season notification. I assume it's because it's his first goal in the Champions League, maybe. But Arfield's shot has a little bit of ping ball, comes off Shanklin's backside. He knows nothing about it. And it's in the back of the net. Yes, and then I want to make a change. I want to go cautious. And I want to regroup. Keep it on counter. And just bring the line of engagement back a little bit. And bring that down to normal. What a win this would be. What a game this has been. You know, even if we don't win this now, this has been a performance. They're bringing on Rodrigo. They've got Asensio over this free kick. Oh no! Right. Get back onto positive. Counter press. More urgent. Higher and higher. Just that world class free kick. I think, you know, if you were to offer me a 2-0 at the start of this game, I would have taken it. But to come away with a 2-0 draw for it against Real Madrid and be disappointed really shows the performance that we just put in. Asensio gets man of the match. I'm not really convinced that he was a man of the match performance and how it didn't go to one of our guys. Because for me, we were on top of that game. We were by far the best team. They've drawn that game because of a world class free kick. And maybe an inexperienced goalkeeper not being able to keep it out. But I think our players deserved that. £807,000 for that draw. We're going to come back next episode with Sporting. I'm going to say Sporting Lisbon. That would have been a horror show. We're going to come back next episode for Benfica and Celtic in the Betfred Cup final double header. We then got Lyon at home, but I'm not sure if we're going to show that game or if we jump to the Celtic game. I will let you know. I'll think about that. Champions League group looks with us in third place just now on 4 points, ahead of Benfica on head-to-head, behind Lyon by 2 points, but we're the only team that have taken... Sorry, no, they've drawn a game as well to Benfica. That's how Benfica are the same as us. That's actually pretty frustrating. So, we lost 2-0 to Lyon, of course. Drew and lost to Real Madrid. Beat Benfica with them to play again, and Lyon to play again. So I'm kind of hoping that we can basically nick points somewhere and we can lock up third, because this looks like this is going to be quite a tight group now. I was kind of hoping that, you know, beating Benfica would knock their confidence down. Lyon, we could maybe nick a point from at home or away initially, and then 3 at home. But I'm kind of thinking for how they played, staying the home leg being the more important one now. League table wise, we're 7 points behind Celtic, a point ahead of Aberdeen, who we have a game in hand over. I assume that game in hand is going to be an Old Firm game, though. They've not dropped a point yet this season, so that's going to be fun. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.